Hello and welcome to Web Crawlers. This is our mailbag episode where we read your reviews, which we have this week, and play your voicemails. I'm Allie Siegel.
I'm Melissa Stetton. We have reviews.
We do. This first one is from Ego My Mego, Bimbo News. I've been listening to you ladies for a while, and you're always an instant listen for me. Love it. I think I just swallowed a bug. I don't even know how that happened. I know. Loving the addition of Bimbo News. Thank you for the laughs and the information. Will you read the next one so I can take some water?
So I can get this bug out of my throat. This is from Miss Shannon Dellerbong. Even better. I'm loving the addition of Bimbo News Corner. The normal format episodes are fun, but I can just sit and listen to Allie chat about current news and pop culture for hours. Thanks for keeping me company while I work. This is from Eradirin. Hard not to love these ladies. I've been meaning to leave a review forever. I started listening to this podcast last October for a spooky podcast, and I haven't stopped since. Allie, Melissa, and Maria, wherever she is, effortlessly blend humor and joy with weird and grisly stories. Thank you for making me laugh and giving me nightmares. You're welcome.
Also, number 56 in Mexico for true crime.
What? Get out.
Coincidence that while I was in Mexico, we charted to number 56?
That's not a coincidence at all.
We'll never know.
Wherever you go.
Yeah.
We got some emails, actually. This is another anonymous email. I'm writing in after hearing the Bimbo News where you mentioned Mexican pharmacies and how fentanyl is showing up in 75% of the medications administered by them. My spouse has issues with chronic pain and is prescribed various medications to help manage it. In order to have some extra medicine to cover any gap between prescription refills, they ordered some pills from Mexico.
Oh, shit.
It was allegedly the same medication they were already taking.
Oh, shit.
One day I came home from work and found my spouse unresponsive on the couch with blue lips and very shallow breathing.
Oh, fuck.
I called 911, an ambulance came, and we spent the night in the hospital. The paramedic said that it looked like a drug overdose. Fuck. My spouse hadn't done anything out of the ordinary except when they took some of the Mexican medicine. When we got home, I flushed the pills down the toilet. A month or two later, my spouse was at their pain management appointment and were told that the doctor could no longer see them because their urine tests showed signs of meth and fentanyl. So not only could they have died that one evening, if I came home from work a few minutes later, they were no longer allowed to be a patient at this doctor's office and had to find somewhere new. The moral of the story is be careful out there, boys and girls. That's crazy.
I am so glad that, I don't buy medications, but people need to know, it's
scary.
It's an epidemic and it's everywhere. Even when I was in Mexico, I always get traveler's constipation. And after 4 days, I was like, I'm going to burst after all these buffets and not eating. And and not going to the bathroom. And I was like, I'm not even going to buy X-Lax or anything like that. I don't want to buy anything, I'm afraid.
No, it's scary.
Yeah. Oh, that is terrifying.
Voicemail number 1.
Hey, hi. This message is for the web crawlers. It's Carson City Brittany bitch again. So I just finished the Barbie episode. So you were asking for stories about Barbies and how they impacted our lives. I was a girly girl, but also a tomboy. So I like dressing up like a princess or like Barbie or whatever, and then going and playing in the mud too. But I had Malibu Barbie with her little convertible. I had her mansion.
Oh, yeah, she has birds.
Yeah.
I had the little jacuzzi, and to make the bubbles, it had this little pump that you push the pump and it would make the jacuzzi bubbles.
Oh, that's cool.
And I had Ken, of course, and so I had one Ken, and then I had this other one. I could have looked it up, but I didn't. He had dark hair. And I thought he was
a bird in the back?
So,
yeah, bird.
So I would take off all my Barbie's clothes. So I had, a ton of Barbies. And I'd take off all their clothes and put them in a circle. And I'd take Ken's clothes off. And, well, actually, no, not Ken's clothes. I'd leave Ken alone. I took the dark-haired boy and took his clothes off. And I mash them together so my Barbies would be fucking. And then, like, I would go around.
We're talking.
I'd have my Barbies sitting up, so they'd be sitting with their legs straight out. And they'd be sitting in a circle, and he'd go around and just, like, touch all their boobs with his hands. I totally forgot about that. But, yeah. I guess little me was a little freak.
Yeah.
Well, I still am a freak, but, yeah. And I blame Barbie for turning me bi, for being bisexual. So,
Nice.
yeah, thanks, Barbie. Another part of the gay agenda. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Everyone. I'm very LGBTQIA plus friendly. There was this one, I think it was Barbie's little sister Skipper or whatever, that I got for my birthday or Christmas one year, and it came with like this little perfume, and it smelled so good. And there was something I smelled recently, and it reminded me of it, and I can't remember what it was. And I told my husband it reminded me of it. But that's it. I love you guys. Bye.
Wow. Taking off your Barbie's clothes.
Am I crazy, or was there like a bird or something in the background?
No, yeah, she has birds.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next message.
Hello, web crawlers. This is Joran calling from Dallas. Born in the Chicago area,
Yes.
but currently living in Dallas. To clarify a question, not that you care.
I care.
So regarding Barbies, I was reminded of a very traumatic incident for my daughter. When she must have been about 4 years old, and we had just gotten an Alexa. It was our first time getting one of those, and so messing around. And anyway, at the time, she was really obsessed with the idea of getting the Barbie Hello Dream House. And you guys talked about that in the episode. It had a voice-activated thing, and you can communicate with it and stuff. Anyway, I was taking a nap one day, and I was woken up when she burst into the room in tears and like extremely panicked. Daddy. And I said, what's wrong? And what she had done is she said, Alexa, how much is... Alexa, stop.
Oh, it started talking.
Oh, no. There's the second part.
Great. So when I said that name just now, the device in my car popped on, and then it ended up hanging up my call. Anyway, my daughter panicked. She had said, A-L-E-X-A, which I can't say. How much is the Barbie Hello Dream House? And it said something like, whatever it was, which was around $250 or $350. Would you like me to order one? And she just said, yes. And then it said, all right, that has been ordered. And then she freaked the fuck out. And that's when she ran in and woke me up crying. She felt instant guilt, and it was very sad. And of course, I was able to just go on Amazon and cancel the orders. It was nothing. But she was afraid to even talk around those devices, which again, I'm not going to say because it'll come out in my car, for a long time. She's good now. It's been like 5 years, 6 years. She's good. But yeah, she was very traumatized.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting her a different Barbie Dream House after they discontinued the Hello one.
Right.
So thankfully that was a little cheaper, but it was still ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then just any parent will know, as soon as she got it for Christmas one year, it was exciting to put together and play with for 5 minutes, and then it started collecting dust.
Oh, no.
Sold it at a garage sale like 2 years later. Okay, that's all. Bye.
Oh, no, Alexa. I wonder how many
I'm
things
sure.
kids have ordered that parents have had to cancel.
Well, I remember there was this whole thing about like, parents were buying or giving their kids like an iPad with like games on it, and they didn't realize that you could like buy like extensions and things on the game, and they were like spending thousands of dollars and stuff.
Oh yeah. Ugh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's trickery. Okay, next message.
Hello, this is for web crawlers. This is Christina. I have such a scary story of something that happened to me over Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And I don't know what happened, but here we go.
Okay.
So I recently signed up with one of those like dog sitting apps. So I got my first like overnight client. So I like met, oh my God. So, sorry, this is not going well. Okay. So she booked me for like Saturday to Sunday, right?
Uh-huh.
And I went on like the Wednesday before to go meet her and like see the house and like meet the dog. And I got there and everything's like fine, but like something's a little bit off. Like the vibe with her is like a little bit off. Also, like, oh my God, I'm so nervous that she like listens to this podcast and like is gonna hear this. But like,
Highly doubt it.
Okay.
Highly doubt it.
Doubt it.
So she's like giving me the tour on Wednesday, and she leads me to like the downstairs bedroom, and she's like, oh, like this will be your bedroom, like blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, it's like this really nice house, like mansion, like super, like you can tell they're like rich. So she's like giving me the tour, and then she's like, oh, like upstairs, the upstairs is prohibited. You're not allowed to go upstairs.
Okay.
And I was
some
like,
horror movie shit.
Okay. And it like, at the time it like struck me as like a little weird, but I like didn't make a big deal out of it.
Right.
But then I was texting a few friends who also do dog sitting, and I was like, hey, like, has anyone ever like restricted an area of the house to you? Like this lady said I'm not allowed to go upstairs. And they were all like, no, that's weird. Like, I've never had anyone say that to me, like, whatever. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So I go on Saturday, and I'm there, like, all day, no problems. And then, oh, my God, it's going to cut me off. I know it. And then, so I'm, like, watching TV downstairs. There's no reason for me to go upstairs.
Right.
But, of course, like, because she said that,
Sure.
I'm like,
You want to know.
well, what's upstairs? But so it's, like, nighttime, and I'm watching.
Okay, there's another part. This sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for web crawlers. Part 2. So sorry. Okay, so I'm watching TV downstairs, and I swear to God, I hear like a thud come from upstairs.
Oh.
And I was like, I like paused the TV, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know. Because, like, obviously, like, this whole time I'm like, what is upstairs? Like, why can't I go upstairs? And then I, like, hear a noise, and I'm like, okay. However, I convinced myself that it was, like, you know, it was Memorial Day weekend. The house next door was having a party. Like, it was kind of loud. So I was like, okay, it was something outside. Whatever. So I, like, go back to watching TV. And then, like, I guess a few hours later in the night, I swear on my life, I hear like an iPhone ring upstairs. And I was like, okay, is there someone upstairs in this house with me? And if so, well, first of all, so many questions, but I was like, okay, whatever. Once again, I'm choosing to ignore it. So it's like late at night, and I like go to bed. I bring both of the dogs into the bedroom with me, and I lock the door, and I didn't go to sleep that night because I was like scared.
Yeah.
But so they were supposed to get back at 1 p.m. on Sunday, the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was supposed to leave at 11 a.m. So like I would leave 11 a.m. on Sunday, and then they would get back like 2 hours later. So I'm just like sitting there wide awake all throughout the night. At 5 a.m., I swear I hear the front door open and the dogs go nuts. They start barking.
Oh, no.
They like run to the bedroom door and like start scratching at it. And I was like, is someone like, did someone just get home? Like 5 a.m. That's insane. And they said like, and like they know that I'm here. They didn't say anything. Like it was so weird. I was so scared. So I just like sit there for another hour. Oh my God, I'm going to get cut off again. I'm almost done though, but I'm calling back.
That's really funny.
I bet there was someone in the house who left.
Yeah.
This is for web crawlers. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Part 3. I just like sit there for another hour, like so scared. And then eventually like I get up, I like let the dogs outside to pee, whatever. And I stay in the house until 11, like when I'm supposed to leave. And just like no one ever like comes, like no one's there, like no one makes their presence known. So either one, which is what I'm trying desperately to convince myself of, either I just kind of imagined all of it, or like the noises were all coming from like outside, or like weren't what I thought they were, whatever, which is possible. 2, someone came home at 5 a.m. and just like went straight upstairs and just like never said anything to me and just like stayed up there until like 11 o'clock when I left. Or 3, someone was upstairs in the house with me the whole time. And then they left at 5 a.m. Like they left the house at 5 a.m. And that's when when I heard the door. Which is, I think, the scariest option.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Anyway, what do you guys think? I'm probably never going to go back to this house again. I might. They paid me very well, but I don't know. All right. Anyways, bye.
I think someone was up there, and for some reason they just didn't say.
I think that maybe it was like a one-night stand or something, or like,
yeah,
I don't know. And then they left. I think someone was there.
Yeah, if it was like a giant house, someone was upstairs. Who would it be though? Like, I don't know. Wouldn't they say like, "Oh, we have a house guest staying with us"? Like, what?
Yeah, that's what a normal person would do. But maybe they had COVID.
Oh,
and they didn't want to be like someone upstairs has COVID because they were afraid that you'd be like, "I'm not entering this home."
That's a good theory.
So maybe someone upstairs had COVID, and that's why they were like, "Do not go upstairs."
That's so weird.
That's like really creepy.
That's creepy. That's a horror movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, next message.
Hi, this is Carly. I'm calling for the web crawlers.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that I'm like 160 episodes or something away from catching up to you guys. That's why I'm calling. I don't know how much, well, obviously you guys are into conspiracy theories, but I was on the Tickety Talk yesterday, and I learned something absolutely terrifying that I don't think anybody seems to be talking about. So apparently last month, in the span of 2 weeks, about 30 children were reported missing in Cleveland, Ohio.
Huh?
And people think that most of them are runaways, but some of these kids are just average kids, and they have been found in Michigan, Virginia, and California. I think it's like a
they found
sex trafficking ring thing. And it's really terrifying. The U.S. Marshal's Office has created like an entire task force dedicated to it now.
What?
Which is terrible. And oh shit, I gotta go. I'm gonna say that.
Did you say, oh shit, I gotta go?
She's gonna miss her bus.
Oh, where'd you say Cleveland,
Is
Ohio?
there anything about this on the internet? Cleveland missing children. What's happening? Number of missing children in Cleveland grows by 20% compared to last year. That's a news story from 2 days ago on News 1. New York Post, June 1st. Cleveland police said 27 kids have been reporting missing between May 2nd and May 16th. An extraordinary surge. For some reason, we've seen a lot more than we normally see, which is troubling because we don't know if they're being trafficked or if they're involved in gang activity or drugs. They said majority of the cases are runaways, but he feared some of the teenagers could have been victims of predators.
That's crazy.
That is strange. What's going on in Cleveland?
Other than the Drew Carey show.
I think she calls back.
Hi, web crawlers. This is Carly again. I totally did not mean to scream in your ear, but I didn't miss the bus. Anyway, I was talking about these kids, right? And apparently it was something similar is happening in like San Antonio, Texas. It's some really sketchy stuff going on. Some people think it's drugs, but I think it's like I said, I think it's trafficking, but I'm kind of a conspiracy nut, so yeah. Anyways, I was wondering if Allie could answer a question for me.
Okay.
Because I feel like Allie and I are very, very similar. We're very strong-willed, very outspoken. We overshare. We're really loud. People hate our laugh and stuff. Our voice.
Like,
but,
we're ugly.
We're stupid.
My friends and I haven't hung out in like 2 months. Like, they won't make plans with me and stuff. And it's really hard for me to... It's easy for me to make friends, but it's hard for me to keep friends. And I was just wondering, like, Allie, how do you do it? Like, I have been questioning everything, if there's something wrong with me, if it's them, and I'm just really insecure, and my crusty, fried brain, depression brain, is just telling me that, like, it's my fault, and I don't know how to deal with it. Like, I don't get it. I even asked my friend who's a psychologist, like, where I can get evaluated for autism, because I just don't feel like I fit in anywhere, and people don't get my humor, and it's really hard to find people like us. So, Allie, I was just wondering if you had any advice for me. Thanks.
Oh, that's sad.
That's a sweet question. I think I might be a little spectrum-y too. But because I'm realizing that a lot of traits that I thought that I was like agoraphobic growing up, or like had like real problems with like crowds or severe anxiety, and like when I would like go out, like when I was young, like I couldn't make eye contact with people, or like when people would ask me a question, I would like turn to my mom to answer it, and I was like really quiet. And then also as a kid, like when we would go out to dinner, my parents would always have to put the car keys on the table, because sometimes I'd get so overwhelmed and anxious that I would have to leave dinner and just go sit in the car. Like, I used to think that was anxiety, but now I'm like, was I having like sensory overload and stuff? Like, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But like, anyways, I don't know. I guess there's a few components of this. I'm really bad at maintaining friendships, but also I realize that part of that is like, I just really like being alone. Like, I'm not like huge at having plans with people. I kind of like my alone time. I was way more social when I was drinking, but I also had to like drink to be social. And part of that was like, I felt like I had to drink and do drugs because like I felt like I needed to be like normal and socialize and go out all the time. And now I'm realizing I'm just the type of person who really likes doing activities alone. Like, I like going to the movies alone. I like going to the mall alone. I like, like, I just like doing things alone. That's just my personality. So, I mean, my first thing would be maybe look into that. Like, are you the type of person who just likes doing things alone and maybe you're pressuring yourself to feel like you need to socialize a lot? Second of all, like, are the people you're choosing to be friends with like the right friends for you? Like, sometimes it takes a while to find the right friends. And also, I think that like the real friendships are ones where, or the people you really click with, at least for me, are the ones where I don't have to talk to them every day or like do friendship heavy lifting. Like, I can just I can just contact them and be like, hey, do you want to get lunch, or do you want to do this or that? And because there's a solid foundation of liking each other there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also a bad person to ask. Like, friendships is honestly one of my still one of my sore spots for sure. What do you think, Melissa? I don't know.
Well, I am also horrible at making plans with people.
Yeah, I think we're kind of similar. Yeah.
I feel like the only reason I have a lot of my friends now is because of Martin, because he is constantly making plans, doing this. Like, he's the one who makes all of our plans.
Yeah.
Because like if it was just me, I'd be like, oh yeah, I don't know. Like, I probably wouldn't hang out with anyone. I wouldn't hang out with anyone. So like, thank God. Like, no, I feel the same way. Like I feel like I've made a lot of friends, but I am terrible at maintaining friendships. Like, I have friends that I haven't seen in 10 years.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm friends with on Instagram, but like, I haven't seen them in person in 10 years. I'm like, oh, I should get a coffee with them. But like, I just don't. Yeah.
It's funny. Like, I have two things you said kind of sparked something. Like, I have one friend I know from high school who's constantly invited to weddings. And I'm like, oh my God, this bitch is always at weddings, because she's constantly like texting with people and meeting people for coffee and lunch and just like maintaining friendships.
I'm rarely invited to weddings. I'm only invited because Martin is, because I just don't keep in contact with all of my friends.
My boyfriend's always invited to weddings. And it's like, I don't, I'll like message with people I've known from high school or like friends, like I'll DM memes or like respond to stories and things like that. That's more where I am with friendship. That's like my effort level, really. But even a few months into dating my boyfriend, or, he was like, he was like, are you embarrassed of me? And I was like, no, why? And he was like, I haven't met any of your friends. And I was like, what friends?
What friends?
I was like, I don't know who. And then I think you had invited us over to watch a movie. And I was like, oh my God, thank God I can invite him. I can introduce him to someone.
Well, that's why I joined the basketball team. I wouldn't have any friends. That's how I met like Maria. That's how I met Maria and like Paisley and Molly. And that's
totally. So, I mean, I think the moral is this: you're not alone in what you're feeling. I think that what you're feeling is the norm.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, what is rare is people who have like best friend groups and things like that. And that
seems rare. You have to be very outgoing. Like Martin, my husband, is the most outgoing person. I don't know how he does it. It's crazy.
I think if you want friends, find an extrovert and just cling on to them.
And then they lead you.
They just lead you to a friend
or
group.
join some sort of, like, I joined a basketball team. That like, you're forced to be social.
Yes.
And you like, that just help. I don't know. Do some activity or
do an activity. Yeah, it didn't work for me, but we'll do pickleball and then maybe that will work for me.
We might be playing pickleball this summer. You never know. I think she calls back, actually.
She's like, never mind, I have friends now.
Allie tripling down again. I'm so sorry. I just want to make it clear, Allie, I don't think you're autistic. I think that might be. I'm just saying that we both have like the same mannerisms and stuff. And
oh, it's okay. I think I am.
It did kind of sound like I was calling you autistic, huh? I did not mean it like that. I just wanted to clarify.
It's not an insult.
I don't think that you have a problem. I was just assuming that I might, because I'm always overthinking, and So I just wanted to clear that up.
That's
so funny. That neither of us felt bad or offended. Anyways, goodbye. I love you guys.
Thank you for clearing that up.
That's really funny.
I Hello, this message is for the web crawlers.
Hello.
This is Stacy from Wisconsin again.
Hello.
I was just listening to the History of Barbie podcast, and like Allie, I did some strange stuff to the Barbies.
Oh, no.
They all got haircuts for sure.
Oh,
but
yes.
I thought I could give them nice bobs, but it just looked spiky and gross. And I used to give them tattoos with nail polish.
Oh.
And I would also, like, take, like, a nude-colored nail polish and give them, like, nipples so they'd be, like, anatomically correct or something.
That's really funny.
And then this is the kicker.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you guys remember the little dolls called Quints. They were like quintuplets, little blonde baby doll things. I used to take one of those things, one of those Quint dolls, put it in a baggie, and
In a bag?
fill it with water, and then act like the Barbie was pregnant and her water would break, and then she'd give birth to this Quint doll.
That's
Oh
really
my
funny.
So I don't know. I got Barbies, I tell ya. Anyway, that's just my weird story with Barbies. Honk, honk, bitches.
Put it in a bag of water. That's hilarious.
That's really funny.
Last message of the day.
Hi, I'm calling for web crawlers. I just listened to your severed leg episode, and Allie was talking about foot pics and selling them and Feet Finder.
Okay.
And
Now we're talking.
I had to call you and tell you. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so Feet Finder is not it. Like,
Oh.
it's really actually difficult to sell foot pics unless you already have a following of kind of like porny customers.
Oh.
I did foot porn during the pandemic when I lost my job.
Oh.
And I tried just like building a website and selling foot pics there. And I tried all this stuff. I tried Feet Finder. There are a couple of other sites. So for all of the people listening out there who want to sell foot pics, the best way to do it is to get on a cam site, cam your feet every day for a couple of hours minimum a day. And then you start getting followers who watch these cam shows with your feet where you like step on stuff or try on shoes or
Whoa.
whatever they ask you to do. And then you can start sending those customers foot pics privately for whatever amount of money you want to charge them.
Whoa.
Okay. I actually, I have a podcast and I did a foot
I
porn
got a cam
episode.
foot.
Allie, if you want to listen to that and get into foot porn, I mean, it's a lot more work.
No one wants to see
Then
my feet is the
Most people
problem.
think, so you probably don't. But the name of that podcast is Not Literary, and that is foot porn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I love your podcast. You guys are awesome. I've been listening since day one. Thank you so much. Bye.
Huh. So you get on a cam site and you just cam your feet.
That's really funny.
That makes sense.
I have really ugly feet. That's the problem. I have like, listen, you guys could get the show for free.
Whoa, here they are.
Well, I've been sitting on like a wicker chair. They don't usually have these marks on them.
Sure.
Or maybe they do.
You have
But I
weird
have,
marks
like,
on your feet.
I have a huge big toe, and then this toe is crooked, and then my pinky toe is like flat and also crooked, and I'm a size 10. So I don't.
You're size 10?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm a
I don't know,
size
I
like
think you have
9.5,
nice feet.
9.5, 10. So I don't think anyone's gonna want my feet. But
You don't know.
that's
You
true.
don't
If
know. There's
any, like,
very
monster feet people out there.
specific tastes. You don't know.
Yeah. So, but for other people who might be interested, you should go
That's
for
great
it.
advice, I think.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Well,
That it?
there you have it. That's
Oh.
it.
Oh, I just got a good crack. Sorry, I need to go. I didn't want a massage. All right, guys. Well, keep continuing to call us. We will insert
Yes.
jingle here.
Yes.
626-63 for 2069. Nice.
New
so
number.
that you have our new number. And if you called our old number, don't worry. That's okay.
We
We'll
still get 'em.
them. But continue to call our new number. That is where we will be starting from here on out. I am Allie Siegel.
I am Melissa Stettin.
And that's all, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
powered by Acast.